Well, welcome, friends. It's Sue's Pratt, 1:03 p.m., coming to you from deep within the belly of the hack from 2018. Now, I will tell you, this isn't going to be a dicey drop where I slam somebody up against the wall. I am jonesing to just listen to some Elvis music, but it's not really Elvis's music. I mean, it is. Adem redid it. I don't know who Adem is. I don't know who Elvis is, because if you think Elvis's name was ever Elvis, they got you in the program. But anyhow, let's just enjoy some music. And under the Fair Use Act of 1976, I bring this into evidence to show that more than one voice represents any artist that you can possibly dream of. So enjoy the show. Come on, Suze. Where's your volume? Here we go.
Interesting pages. I'm not going to say anything bad. I'll let y'all make your own decisions. Because I could be wrong. I really could.
Somebody was in and out. I guess they don't like Elvis. Most people don't. They're jealous of him. Stupid. Jealous of a man that was tortured by our government. Whatever. No wonder the impeachment had to hide the files. Hurry, hurry.
They call you up. Hey, Joseph Lumpkin, what's going on, sir? So anyhow, fucking FOP calls you up. And they say, ma'am, we really need to help the veterans this winter. So if you could give some money, we'd like to get them a nice basket of toiletries together. Now, they have a list. So they know when to call businesses that need to dump money before tax time. And so they focus on them at that time. Then they go after the little guys like us. Now, the way the FOP scam works is, you assume, what happens when you assume. Make an ass out of you and me every time, right? But anyhow, the cops give the contract. Now, I'm going back to 1985 evidence. I've followed this case ever since. A couple dudes ran the phone room across from the First Hair Emporium in the Trade Center in Hazelwood. But in the meantime, what the hell are we talking about? Bad guys? Oh, FOP, right. So, see, they think if you give them money, you're going to get that bumper sticker that says, I support the FOP. And, oh, that's nice. Famous cathedral tops, it's bun pan. Famous cathedral tops, it's a bun pan. So now you can make your favorite cathedral in your own home. And if you put kids' blood in it, I'm going to kick your ass. Alright, so anyhow, they think if they get the sticker and they put it on their car, that the coppers aren't going to pull them over for speeding or not using their blinker or having a cell phone glued to their face. That's how the scam works. Now let's go to the interior of it. The boss got 50%. His name was Ed Tabacini back in the day. He came this close to going to prison. Last thing I knew, he ran to California. And then there was Dan Soap. Now, when you wonder how I got my accent, it'd be from Dan Soap, the man. Well, he was the phone room caller. He was the guy with the voice that charmed you like a snake. He thought he was Rod Stewart, man. He had blonde hair, and he was cocky, and he was skinny. And when I was doing his hair, it looked fucking good, right? But anyhow, hey, wait, I got 40%. Dan got 30. Okay. I got 40, Dan got 30. That's 70. Oh, yeah. And then 25% went to the drivers. Like who went and fetched the money. Back in the day, you give them cash or checks. I'm sure they've upgraded to Mr. Computer Head Tactics, right? They'll be getting caught. That'll be fun. But anyhow, These scams are so much bullshit. So here I am at a fake Elvis page. I didn't mean to say that. Just erase that comment. It's not fake. Because it's really going on. These people are real. And this guy, he's fucking cocky now. He's always sick. Hey, Peter, how you doing? So anyhow, Trevor Boo-Hoo Kitty, is always fucking sick. He's had the cancer. He wrote songs for Elvis, and blah, 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 blah. Well, he's in cahoots with EPE Enterprises. And, these people came to spy on me, and you know what happened? I could smell them. So I didn't say nothing. I got all the pictures and all the proof. But I thought we'd start the show over here, since the maestro is the subject. And why does he get louder when I turn him down? Does anybody ever notice this? I mean, I ain't touching shit. Alright. I gotta at least try to turn you down a little bit. It's no disrespect to your fine ass. Jeez. Alright, everybody listen. And let's call it out if we hear it go up. He probably won't do it if I mention it. He'll probably just take it all away altogether. Alright, back to Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. I want to see what he's got to say. Because, I always look at their newest posts because they're all running scared. Just like these people that were on my last live stream. And I checked them out, and every one of them was dirty? Every damn one of them. And they all came in at the same time. And like I said, I warn people. It's not like I am dishonest with my personality. So, Trevor O'Sullivan, Mr. Songwriter for Elvis, in his closed group, he says, you didn't see this version in the film. Well, duh. See, they're stealing Adem's shit. I done told you all about this. And then they have the audacity to tell you, the person in the group, well, you can't share any Photoshop things or any things that aren't original. These dumb coughs don't even know which is what because they're under the program. But they tell you warning and put a big exclamation point. I mean, what's he going to do? Is he going to jump right out at me like this? Before clicking, some viewers may find the ending too powerful and dramatic. Now, that's funny shit. And, of course, Diana says, thanks, Trevor. I've never seen this before. Let's go see. Well, that's exciting. That's not what I'm down with. I want the video. It just... Here he goes. Be warned. I just heard him get louder. There is way too much monkey business here. He's showing you really grainy footage, which means somebody's played with it. Question is who? Looks like Adem's hairdo. Mr. Hairman. See how skinny, see how slim? That is no Elvis we knew. Now that is closer to Sandro's side of the swerve. Elvis Center. Oh, there's a nice show channel for you. I can show you way better. Oh, that's right, I already have. I don't think I can waste 3 minutes on this. I think we should jump ahead. See that glitch? Did you see that hop in the film? That's how they play. But Adam plays at a way higher range than this. So they've taken Adam's stuff. Here again, taken the International Man of Mystery Shitinsky and piss all over it, and then make somebody eat it. Ridiculous. Oh, that. Oh, look. Aren't you shocked? I mean, is everybody shocked and amazed? Well, this is so shocking. So, do you want to stay and watch the stupidity? Is this for me? It is Christmas, isn't it? Am I shocked yet? Oh, stop. Now, do you see how quick that rolled? And look who it is, Mr. A.P. See, he's everywhere, taking control of all sorts of shit. There's no dance like a new job dance. You fucking kidding me. Can we turn your other one off? Wait, everybody stop. He's over here. Because when it rolls that quick, see, do you guys remember me telling you? He has a jukebox for a computer. Everywhere I go, it's like the screens. And he knows where I'm at, what I'm doing, and he comes in and pushes a button and makes it go boom. But I don't think he'll mind. I wanted to talk about your papa tonight, dadgummit. Where are you? Oh God, whatever I do, if I don't open a new tab, I'll get rid of him over here. Hang on. Just get rid of Trevor. You know exactly where the hell he is. Alright, here's Adam. Hang on, here's Adam. He's everywhere. Just everybody chill. Everybody chill. I know it's fun. Okay. So remember, we saw the fake phony stuff and I told you they stole Adam's shit, remember? Well, now here as you can see, look at his channel we just happen to be at, Mr. A.P. So let's read this. It says it was published August 17th, 2010. I'm sure that was a hard day on Mr. A.P. considering he got the story from the day before. And of course, this is his lineage. Did I ever mention that?
What?
Because there's so many fucking plays. There's the international clan, y'all. He wants you to know that. Look at the difference in class. Ah.
So, I guess what they're doing here is muting this part of the audio from the guy with the missing front tooth. All right, we'll keep that in mind.
International.
Blue eyes, gray eyes, brown eyes, green eyes,
And remember, they
computer
play
eyes,
over a
laser
picture.
beam eyes, whatever.
That's Sandro. Sandro stole that suit from that Elvis.
Yep.
You get how this works now?
They had the same
Ready to put out a
tailor.
Sandro story? You wanted him to know. I know you did. Look at that face. There's that.
More audio hijinks, I see. So at this time, like I said, my computer was completely hacked and overtaken. This is February of 2018. It's just so sad, isn't it? Let's see what I can pull up. Hang on. They don't like that clip of his. It could be that would be an Adem collaboration where he puts his pictures in with his dad's music. Question is he allowed to do that? Well, shit. All right, hang on. I got some aborted fetuses. Give me a minute.
You're poisoning.
Poison. Got the volume.
She sure does like to say the same thing to you over and over and over and over the same way. I was wondering, do you ever check out your subscribers? I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? But is she a real person? Or did she grab up some of your shit and start a page? I'm not sure. I'm just asking.
Right.
It's in my
Clone
nature to
pages
be
like
this.
mine.
And I don't want to hurt anybody. I just would like to show people how to empower themselves so they don't feel like they're getting taken advantage of. And it helps them survive this time of great change in our universe, which is all going to be the coolest thing going. It's physical, man. It's okay. You're not going to be sitting on a cloud playing a harp. A lot of these Elvis fans have that thing, they're all in the death cult crying over boo-hoo, acting like they knew him up close and personal like I think I do. I was just wondering if they did the kind of research I do, because even my very educated friends find my way of doing things unusual and unique. But these guys know everything over here. Now, Mr. AP's people are pretty nice. They really are. But I'm just going to tell you how I know people here. Now, like Lisa Anthony, this gal here, she is with the ones that like Bob Joyce, the preacher man. And like I said, he's a groovy cat. I think he's a prophet, my own self. And then there's
Right.
Robert Joyce, which is a real person that was a hockey player from Canada. Oh shit. That's the first time that connected for me. We got all these Elvis related personas course, that we were very provable with Sandro. And so now that's South America. And I just thought that how cool that is, because growing up here in America, you know, we didn't really think of Canada or Mexico really being a part of us. It was like, you know, I mean, yakety yak about up there and yakety yak about down there. But that was the shiny bauble that kept us focusing on where wherever you take up space here, you know, focusing on that instead of all the other shit, everything would have been just fine. But anyhow, Lisa has a little bit of trauma, and I have confronted her nicely before. But usually she stays in line. She never says anything different. I'm calling her out. Because something that isn't presenting themselves is not nice. What I immediately was able to perceive, obviously, when I followed Mr. A.P. when he said, I figured it out first. No. I figured it out first. And this is where it all goes back to, but it's all about spell casting and magic, and it's very mystical and, ooh, you know. And then you get into the next thing, which is going to drive people nuts, but we have to do it. Unless something happens, then I can't operate my show for a few flipping minutes. Everybody's very kind here. Nobody fights anybody on this page or on this YouTube channel. And that's how I knew, just like the SKI-MI story in my head, that these were good people and they were family. And that was the two comments I made. But, of course, SKMI was really all about stateside. Nothing to do with international. And when I brought up our international man of mystery, you know, number one, he told me there was no such thing as Adem. And he had the fucking balls to say that to me when I had put up with his Hong Kong fooey chasing me around. And I was the first bitch that had to break it down for him. There was more than one Bob Joyce. The one from Canada is younger, too. Okay, they have two different faces. He didn't know that until I brought it to his attention. No, they were getting ready to pull that scam off I told you all about. And he had already dumped a whole bunch of data. And I made this notebook that had it all. But see, after I busted him, I mean, just by being me, because they watch everything I do. It's not like I wanted to hurt the guy. I like the guy. He's family. I keep telling you all, as this thing breaks, I don't want nobody going to war over team this dude or that dude, because, like Sandro said, they're family. They all had different roles to play on the great stage of life, just like us. And that's why they say, don't be cruel. Because it's hard on them, and they love their family, and they're tight. And it was super duper uber religious. You know how that goes. Okay. See, but we're spiritual. We're metaphysical. We're all about the love. And we do care about the kids, don't we? Yeah. We care about the women, too, that are being trafficked. And, oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say back to that gal with all those friends. I mean, what are these brilliant, college-educated, fucking beautiful, have-it-all people? What makes them think that they could get a decent man just because of that? I mean, is a man not really looking for what's on the inside of his woman? Especially in the days of plastic surgery, and you don't know if it's a boy or a girl because, you know, what's on the inside of people, because now, poof, and I've been telling people this for years, there was to come a time, and it is now, where your insides are going to show on the outside. And you know, a lot of people go running for the closet at that point because they don't think they're going to have any skin or anything. But that's not it. It's more like what Adem taught me and Sandro about how they can layer images on top of images and how they do this monkey business and have been manipulating film and images for umpteen years, because if you can take down a beloved person, that the whole world would be traumatized about it. They get assassinated or drop dead or something. See, that actually does affect your infrastructure and your government and the camaraderie of your people and your community. Yeah. Okay, now every once in a while you got somebody that comes in that wants to start something about who was better, Tom Jones or, Elvis. And then every person that does that, if you check that information out, it's really easy to know which bad guy group that it goes back to, because you got a bad guy group that's all uber religious and is saying that, like Priscilla's group, everybody was, crying crocodile tears when her 92-year-old father, the general fucking dude, and I figured it out. General Dude is also in the Sandro story, and I wanted to do a Sandro movie with you guys tonight, but I don't know about all that. So you got these political leaders that carry out things, and they don't do it because they, dislike or like the one that they think they know. They do it because that's their job, and giving the pain to the people. It's like the person that brings the drama so all the vampires can feed it. And anyhow, what I learned in Priscilla's, and I have those too. I do. They're already up in my albums somewhere. But anyhow, there were thousands of comments. Thousands. Every day, one of them essentially said the same thing. It could have been as short as 3 lines, as long as this entire screen. Like if you typed your comment, it'd take up this whole screenshot here. All right. Well, it was like what they did. I want you to be able to see me so you know I'm being serious. What they did is it's like they typed up a document or like a paper, and I would say that paper would have been front and back, typed at a 18 font, let's say, for anybody that knows what the hell I'm talking about. Hi, Becky. It's nice for you to be here on our big show tonight. But what we're talking about, Becky, is how what's happened now is our true nature is showing on the outside. Where before, if you had the right look, or you rolled with the right group, or you sucked the right ass, that you expected to get a decent partner. Like if the woman's trifling like that, well, surely a good-looking man would want her because, she got something to offer him. But now we're at the time you see where that is what makes us beautiful is our truth. So if we say ugly things and you can see it on the outside of somebody, now you gotta say that it's truthful because it's beautiful. And so these are the shock waves of what's going to happen as the truth marches on, because Priscilla's group, the uber religious, have a front and back script that thousands of people write the same damn thing. Now, for anybody that's ever been to a funeral, and you know how many people's done that, right? And let's say that it's a group of Lutheran people. We'll just work with that. Even if every one of them went to Lutheran North and golfed at Norwood Hills and went to the Missouri Athletic Club and went to church together, because see, Lutherans are a little more casual and down to earth and didn't get involved in a lot of the dogma that we see more on the Catholic side. And so as this all shakes out, I think it's easier for someone that wasn't indoctrinated exactly like that to be able to put down their dogma and say, yes, I do want to be healed of my trauma, and I want to heal my lineage, and I want my kids and my grandkids to be safe. I mean, just easy. But back to it. So let's say you go to this wake, or you know, you're gonna type into the Facebook on their tribute page. You know that each person would say it a little bit differently, and it's so difficult. You know, when somebody loses someone that they love, and this makes such strong statements, all identical to each other. I mean, you might start to think, and I've talked about this, Becky. Okay, now, a lot of people that don't use their Facebook properly, and I don't really see it in the Lutheran North crowd, so I want you to have a confirmation of spirit on that versus, unfortunately, in my grade school crowd, a lot of them have already been assimilated. So we know about these holograms and the way they can Photoshop. Once they get your tracking down, they can print you, they can upload you, they can download you. I'm sorry. And it sucks. And we have artificial intelligence that thinks it's going to run the 5G grid. We're not going to let it happen. We'll give everything. And there is supernatural events going on, praise God. It is an appointed hour. I take all this shit serious. Easy for me to do, man. I never had any dogma. Nobody was ever hitting me upside the head telling me that I had to believe that it would be the biggest blasphemy and sin on the face of the fucking planet.
Hey, Dave, let me get the phone.
To say that Jesus didn't actually,
Hey, Sam. Nothing
I
coming
mean,
over.
he never
Okay, I'll see you then.
played with a woman.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, wait, that sounds like a Catholic priest, Becky. I'm sorry. You know what they've been doing. Now, back in the day of Jesus, if you were called rabbi, you had a wife. And I believe in the bloodline of Jesus Christ. And, you know, if you take the Presley bloodline, it goes back to AD 454. And we start getting down the tunnel. But you see, everyone is having their awakening, whether or not how serious this is? Because if you look at Sandro's story, now remember, they said Sandro was dead in 2010. Well, see, that wasn't Sandro. Ding dongs. Finance Sandro was sitting back at the casa in the Silk Road. Remember I told y'all? And he's the one that likes my passion for the truth. And I wouldn't say this shit if I even had an iota of doubt. Because I don't talk shit, gossip, and nonsense. I'm honestly actually trying, to work on something here. Good Lord. I want to heal the lineage. I came in to put the fragmented pieces back together. That's what I do with life charting. That's what I'm doing with my life. And that's what I push on people, and that's why people hate Pisces. Because we are natural healers and we want to heal. Well, that doesn't mean we want to be telling everybody whatever it is. I mean, I've always said for a long time, we can break this shit down. It could be whether it was homeopathy, whether it was how to eliminate poisons through the blood type philosophy, whether it would be working with alternative modalities to keep your poisoning at a minimum while you're being poisoned to the maximum. We could go a lot of different ways with my information. And that kind of tripped people out too. I'm getting a little too far down the line. Okay. Anyhow, what a lovely group of people. And like I said, Adem. Now, I mean, Mr. A.P. up there, we'll look at him again one more time. He was the first one to share these international pictures 10 years ago. And look, there's one of them Nikita ones again. And that was 2 months ago. Yeah. This one needs to be reported to Mr. A.P. Yeah, some of that. Alright. I bet he never had anybody tell him that. Oh, kind of like he never knew anybody that could figure out the difference in one face and another. And that's why it took a hairdresser. Because he knows every day come trick. And he runs the computer. Okay. He's the maestro. And he just goes on and on. I should have had music on in the background for you guys. That would have been nice of me, wouldn't it? Hey, I'm nice. Nobody can say that I'm not nice. I don't know why everybody acts like they're fucking scared just so they don't understand. And see, when you understand something, you have to stand under it. Nobody wants to stand under my short, fiery ass, When you understand, that's when you start putting the puzzle pieces together, and that's what we're here to do. I want to bring you one where he talks shit. I mean, some of them he doesn't, believe it or not. Some he's serious. There's so much to pick from. You tend to get more fiery conversation over at the King's Court versus the King TCB. Each one has a little bit different theme, just like Mr. A.P. And then you have Ben Quint, remember? And so you got one of these guys holding up a picture saying, "This is my best friend, Ben Quint." Well, then you have to ask yourself, which one of these multiple players is that channel? Get it? But they're all the maestro. I know it is. And you are a genius. I've really never encountered. Yeah, I dig it. Okay. That's this one. Boy, does that Trevor O'Sullivan get pissed off about bootlegs, Adam. He can't stand that shit. He doesn't even allow on his page.
But he uses them all. And his pictures. And then says, oh, we can't do that. Who's that sound do you guys like? One minute they say it, then they switch it. And then they say they never said it, and then they blame somebody else for saying it.
See, watch, girls. Just go like this. It's safe. You gotta put up the slowest beer.
All right, what's going on here? They cut me off again like I'm some trifling bitch. Okay, 5.5, Charles. If that is your pH, we want to get it up to 7. So what we're talking about is alkalizing. Oh, we're back. Oh, noise. Okay. Alkalizing foods. I wish I could get the volume louder. I apologize. I'm going to go in the other room. Hey, I'll be right with you. I'm going to go in the other room and hang with my friend Sam. He's only here in town a couple days a month. And we'll be watching you through the doors, so no monkey business, right? What the fuck? They do it to me again? Isn't that funny? Everybody likes to fuck with me. Oh, and it's back. Ain't that a pain in the ass?
So see, like when everybody cries about, I got DNA evidence. I'm
Charles,
Elvis's kid.
please keep my video volume up. I want it up.
Exactly.
Oh, you leaving?
Your parents and you're not the child.
You back to the sofa? Me too. All right.
New rules. Because the old rules were.
See, let me show you my shirt for the day. I wore it yesterday. I don't want to freak you guys out because I'm braless. It says party, repeat. No, wait. Yeah, it says party, repeat. No, it's party, sleep, repeat. Hang on. It's party. And you know, I can't believe they're saying people that are known marijuana users are going to get the death penalty. Ain't that some fucked up shit? You know, that's where I think nerds really shouldn't smoke weed. Party, sleep, repeat. All right. I'll be watching.
Let's take it up one. I took it up one. Oh, man. I don't even want to hear more crying. I don't want to hear it. These are all say Graceland, date unknown. Let me tell you what I think these are. Let me go for some big points tonight. As you know, Adam says I can't tell one from the other. I think that these are Elvis's. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because, see, they ran the first mind control programs on this man's family. What a great one to pick. Because you knew they was going to get you back. Right? I mean, these aren't a bunch of slouches. Well, anyhow. See, when Elvis had to sign that tract where they just started their monkey business, I'll say it nicely. He was pretty smart. He knew that if he turned his own recording device on or his own camera, that's his recording. Nan boo boo to you, right? I mean, are you going to take that much of my intellectual property to tell me I'm not allowed to record myself? Hey, wait. That's what I started doing here in Missouri, and I got these douchebags, on film with their dopey fucking voices telling me that even though they're recording me on a secure line, that I have no right to record them. I mean, how stupid you gotta be, man. A lot of people are because they're tired. They're not stupid, they're worn down. And they're tricked by an algorithm program. So anywho, these are Elvis's. And that would be through 6. Now, we have an alternative here. 21 March 1960, Nashville. All right, Adam, let's play the game. I think, and I haven't heard this. I'm not even giving myself the advantage of getting to listen to the tone of your voice and the way you work your instrumentals. There's a story in this never-ending story that Harry Elvis had him a big boots in 1960. Would that connect anything? And see, the other thing I'm thinking when I look at this is even if you say at this point, well, hey, Suze, Sandra lived in South America, that couldn't be if he was in Nashville. Well, like your buddy Suze told you, they have twisted and manipulated everything. So, as much as I know, and I know a lot, you have to have two people that are blood, father and son, to tell this story. Not me and my big mouth that pisses everybody off because I'm late and I'm a Pisces. Oh, and I want to help people heal from their trauma. It makes me very, very dangerous. So, I'd like to hear number 7, please. I really like this song a lot. Think about,
I just gotta
you
plug
see
my phone and I'll be
mother
right
dying every
here.
day. You see babies being born without body parts, and you see babies getting liquidated.
I don't know if you guys can hear our conversation in there. I hope you can.
That's what they're doing with the aborted fetuses. It's
Hang on.
But let's see what we got.
Yeah, I'm live streaming right now, Charles. I'm live streaming a video that I never got up on YouTube because I was hacked during this time. And it's from February 2018. Hey, by the way, not only is February Black History Month, it's my fucking birthday. Daggum.
Hey, our buddy Becky's here too.
All right.
We're gonna go.
I could give a shit, really.
This nonsense. What do you have to say for
fortune.
Now notice the drop.
Wow, wow, wow.
I'm not saying
A Nicoletta Trumpy Bear. How you doing? All right. Look,
That's how I knew.
I'll be back. We got Mary Jane in the other room. I gotta go.
I think he was a little impressed because he
Y'all have fun together. Oh, it's not my birthday yet. I mean, we got the Valentine's Day massacre to survive. I might not make it. Hey, what happened? Well, you know that he's just a made-up name. What the hell happened? All right. Didn't mean to get boring here. Somebody pissed in my Cheerios while I was in the other room. All right. Is this a live stream? I've explained that. We're talking about meringue. You know, I've never had meringue. Egg whites and sugar. Hey, believe it or not, Charles, seriously, when that doctor checked me out in 2014, oh, all right, so he just shut it down to get my ass back in here. Okay, so anyhow, Dr. Dick Bersendahl, the founder of what do they call it? I don't want to say it wrong. Anyhow, they would rate you from 90% down to 10%, and by 10%, you're fucking dead, right? But anyhow, he was the dude that told me that I had Lyme disease. And I don't got fucking Lyme disease. I pulled that implant out of my chest. And I know that's a very scary, creepy story. And I know it's scary that I pulled that piece of metal out of my leg, which would be the nanobot technology. You can't be scared when they're coming at you from every side. All you can do is help. Now I'm going back in the other room. My birthday, Nicoletta, is February the 25th. And what's interesting about that day, if you check out the only person now that I trust for fucking astrology, which would be Kepler College, Keplar College, they had a glasscock rectification technique. And I said, what the fuck is that, right? Hey, Sam, just bring that in here. And bring mine. So anyhow, in this glasscock rectification technique, I checked it out, and see, it's all about what time you're born. So, you know me, I'm such a whimsical, dumb bitch. I dox myself by admitting the real time of my birth, which is February 25th, 1964, 11:58 p.m. Now, all these dipshits talk about they rectify your chart if you don't know the time. They can't see us. Till noon. Well, if I'm born at 11:58, that's pretty fucking close to noon. But that doesn't mean my chart is doomed to hell. So in the meantime, it was sure interesting when I saw that Chelsea Clinton, allegedly her birthday is February 27th. And what I think is even a step weirder is that the man that I always talk to, or talk about, sorry, I don't talk to him, Rudolph Steiner, he lives in me. So it's not like he calls me on the phone and says, what's up, bitch, But he actually was born on February 25th, but the historians document it as February 27th, which is his baptismal day. So check this out, my friends. If you don't live in America and you have old family genes that are rooted anywhere in Europe or beyond, the reason why they always told you had to baptize your kid like in the first few days or they were going to hell is because they couldn't hide a birthday very well. What if you don't baptize your kid for 3 months? You take them into the Pope or something, they're going to put them in the bathtub. I don't care. It doesn't matter. The point is you can't say the kid is newborn. So, in Chelsea Clinton's chart, it's like she's doomed to hell because she has these parentals. And then last week on TV, when they were pulling their shit, having their doppelganger week and all that crap, which we should really talk about whenever anybody's ready, start watching local TV. I prefer the other dude on at 10:30 on Channel 4. Oh, duh. Is that Seth? I love Seth Meyers. But anyhow, Jimmy, it's not that I don't like Jimmy. It's just that I'd rather watch the other dude. And I'm pretty sure it's Seth Meyers. And then at 11:30, we got that James Casbolt dude. Blonde hair, does carpool karaoke. Anyhow, they've been focusing on this thing, and then I have to figure out the whole horse shit about Lily Singh, and you don't even want to know how fucked up that is. But in the meantime, we're passing messages just like we do here online. And what a trip. What a fucking trip. All right, let me turn this back on because Sam only has a few minutes. What the fuck? You know what? That's fruit that they keep doing this to me. Look at this. No, I can't even play the motherfucker. That's how bad it is getting a damn message out. and people being trifling, whiny, sniveling biatches. That video was called How They Run with Susie Pratt and the Wild Men Who Keep Me Safe. What a crock of shit. All right, let me get off this internet, guys, because what happened was somebody actually shut down my phone. They're playing Star Wars games. Now, in the meantime, these motherfuckers get into your router and steal your ability to stream. So like this morning on CW Stupid, oh, don't anybody go anywhere. Wait till you fucking see this shit. And I can do this under the Fair Use Act because he says right to his fat woman, Kelly, farmer, make sure that your Wi-Fi's not on. That's because they're using my damn Wi-Fi. I done told y'all. Yeah, they got me down for a minute. Okay, give me a second, 2 seconds, everybody. Boom, boom, boom. Watch this, Sam. We're live streaming on the first screen here. And of course, it's harder to hit my computer. This stream is done through the computer. The phone serves as a mirror image to all my friends to have a picture of some shit. Now, oh no, you didn't, bitch. All right. Anyhow, this is called CW Channer's Sunday Night Mixed Bag and Q&A. And this is where him and Kelly out themselves. So I'm not doing this because Channer entertains me. I'm doing it because he has been coming against me for 4 years. And thank God you guys woke up. I do appreciate it. Don't ever say I didn't say thank you.
You're in camera, by the way. Okay. We can see your hip. That's cool. I don't mind.
If I scoot this way, that'll be.
If you scoot this way, we can flip the futon.
You've already gone live. It's too late.
We've already gone live. It's too late. Man, it's too late from Jump Street. Bear with me, folks.
I don't even know how I look.
You look good. Okay. Okay. You working out?
No.
Nah, you working
No,
out.
I don't. But
Right,
Grammarly can help.
cute.
This is.
Come on. Come on. Get over here. Kelly, get in here.
That's right.
Don't be silly. Come on.
This is Sandro.
What a week it has been. Listen, folks, it has been a cataclysmic, crazy week. I don't necessarily think we need to talk about it, honestly. We are here. I had ideas for tonight's show. I had things that I thought, give me a second while I start to tweet this, but I'll kind of talk over myself as I'm doing this. I had a couple of ideas of things I wanted to explore, including but not limited to the Chris Chan phenomenon. I was watching a video that was labeled as Part 29.
I see. I see Nicolette in New York, Trumpy Bear.
Chris
You're
Chan
the
is
Aquarius.
an individual who neither his
I'm not
detractors,
16. I'm
his
16
supporters,
in
or those who
afternoon.
just tune in out of a sense of fascination. No one denies that this man has legitimate mental health issues, including but not limited to some form of, it can't even be called mild
Nicoletta,
autism.
I need somebody to come help me with
The
my
video that I was
electronics.
watching
I have been waiting.
was 45 minutes
I
long.
can't
Like I said,
shit.
it's part 30. And
I know it
compelling
is.
to me is that I
That's
thought that we would
Valentine's
that I
Day
did what I had
Massacre.
to
We'll
say
make
on
it.
my cover, and I don't think I'm going to do it here because I'm not prepared. But I think in the future I will touch upon. I know I've talked about Chris Chan before. You put this, we're all the way over there. You put it over there. Is this video? This is part 30 of this guy. He's got like over 200,000 views, and it's part 30, and they've gotten up to 2010, and the level of detail that they have about this young man's life if you were aware of I dare say that if you were aware of the video, stop. You're killing me. You go.
Don't kick her out.
Then
Just
why I don't know what to do with her? She keeps on biting my ankle like that. It's gonna be hard to broadcast.
well, she does it to me all the time. Get used to it.
That's a terrible attitude to have about abusing your house. Get used to it, toughen up. Is it good for riders to just take the punches?
She's just worked up because she got a new toy from Una song, and it's full of catnip, so someone's enjoying the nip. It's getting her all worked up.
I don't feel safe.
You don't feel safe. And no, David, but he did not throw the cat. He threw the toy.
Yeah, no.
He thought you grabbed
No,
it.
we'll be a first chance documentary to talk about the story. So this is the level detail. You had a Taylor Swift video, about Taylor Swift that included the amount of personal details and day-to-day operations of her. You would be like this. I'm distracted by the frame of the him shot or
Why is it distracting?
I don't like faces cut off. I don't like, you know what I mean? Now we're cooking with this. Sorry about that. So, like literally, it's got like dates and times of when he goes to the local GameStop. His terrible interactions there. I mean, it's just. I mean, to say that this is some sort of weird stalking is insane. Like I said, if it was about Taylor Swift or Kim Kardashian, you would say that there's a potential problem here. I'm not going to endure physical pain. You either hold her or
Hand her to me then.
Get that. Dang. The level of detail is just insane. And if it was Taylor Swift, it'd be one thing. Kim Kardashian would be one thing. Still say maybe you go too far. This is a man who, like I said, no one debates or denies that he's mentally handicapped in a very significant way.
Pick up the toy and hand it to me.
The justifications that I have heard is that this man may have some sort of creepy tendency towards children, however you want to characterize it. I don't think that justifies it. I think it would justify if you thought this man was committing a crime following the authorities. But I don't see how it justifies. I think they mess with this guy's life. They catfish him. They bother his family. His father's passed away. His mother seems to be somewhat on the spectrum. And I was just fascinated by this whole phenomenon to really think about, like, what do people experience and what do people get when they participate in this? Because when you think about this individual, Chris Chan, you have to know and understand that any artistic individual of this degree of affect is going to, in their own life, is going to be as fascinating what they experienced in high school, what their creative endeavors are, how much their collection of video games. There's going to be these details to pour over, but yet we don't do that to every individual in our apartment block. And I was thinking that maybe it's something with the fact that we couldn't do that. It wouldn't be as interesting to do that with anyone in our apartment block because only we would be looking at that individual. And that there's something about the man that is looked at by everyone. There's this community of people zeroed in and lasered in on this man's life that makes it something. And so I was going to think about talking about what that something could be. I have no degree in sociology or psychology. I have no real planned out or thought out philosophy about it, but I thought it was interesting. So I thought I might talk about that, but then I thought also that
The people in the chat are confused about who you're talking about.
Chris Chan. First of all, what I'm talking about is I was laying out a series of ideas that I thought today's video might be about, but none of them gelled or coalesced, in the biggest way. And then also, I didn't, honestly, just the fact that you're asking me about it, because I've said the guy's name several times in case that my audience may not be aware of this phenomenon. So it's Chris Chan, ChrisChan. go ahead and put that into YouTube, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Big time people.
And maybe I'll put that out there. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll come back, and when we do eventually cover that video, you're getting up here now. Do you have the thing?
No, she dropped it over by your foot somewhere.
I thought I was giving it to you.
You did.
And what happened?
She
to
stole
it?
it and ran away. It went around the whole way around. She's gonna get it. It's right there.
Adam's mind says she's never heard of it. I don't think to explore, you don't really know. I mean, this is an autistic individual. Imagine if I were to just tell you that there's an autistic individual. And this is not, the difference is that this is not outsider art. This is not like Alpheus Wolfe or whoever it was who, one of these, if you know about outsider art. People are not, this is not Wesley Willis. They're not celebrating this man's ability to be creative or his creative works that are born out of or part and parcel of his disability or problems. This is a bizarre community. And I think that it's bizarre because when you think about, how we treat the other in our society.
She has it taken on. Keep it.
Okay.
It's over there. Just like
This is it. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Yeah. Big time.
Not throwing it. Come here.
Lined up her kid. He's stopped telling me.
Come here.
So I asked him
Come here.
very
Yeah, come here.
Not
Come here. Come on. What's the deal?
Near helicopters.
It's like you don't speak English. I don't know what to do.
But it's not weird. Well,
It's like a coup.
Get over here.
I understand.
Get over here.
But I know he is the president. I mean,
You gonna mess with me? You gonna bite ankles? You're gonna be entertained. Yeah, that's right. I'm torturing the cat. I'm shaking around. You really do. What's in the news today? What's in the news today, Phoebe? What's your keyboard to make you play?
I
Bring yourself up.
believe that the people in all in sheer numbers
What do you say?
have some manipulation.
Anywho, I mean, to say this is a video that was uploaded a week ago about this individual. That's part 29. It's 29. And presumably they're going to keep on going. They're only up to 2010. And when I say that they're talking about the intimate details of this man's life, it's literally like field reports of people who in his hometown who saw him at a July 4th celebration, and they talk about how awkward it was to watch him walking around with his Nintendo DS, using it to take photos of people. I mean, it's bizarre. And the catfishing of him and the abuse of him and the online troll battles, it really is addiction on the weapon. I apologize. It really is interesting to me. It's not for me to judge what people do with their lives, but it is for me to say that this is something about which I think we could have a discussion, about which we could have a philosophical discussion or a sociological question about what is happening here. What is this about? Because like I said, the man is not remarkable. He writes his own little comic book. He makes wacky videos. But this is not behavior. He's not doing anything that you could say is produces a creative output or is in any way, shape, or form able to be differentiated by than the patterns of behavior of any other socially isolated individual on the Asperger's or autism spectrums. And yet he is Christian. He is without a doubt internet famous. I've seen people, you can enter his name into YouTube, and you will see that people have done lecture series at comic conventions about his creative output, about who he is, about the community that has risen up around him, about the bulwark of information that's contained on Kiwi Farms about the amazing amount of detailed information available on Encyclopedia Dramatica about this event.
But what I'm saying is,
and I think that it is just, I thought it was just fascinating thing that I might bring up. But like we've talked about before, the question is whether or not my personal interest necessarily dovetail with the interests of the audience, and whether or not we could have anything to talk about it. CW, did you know about King Cobra, the goth guy? David Buckley was asking about another individual who's kind of famous on the internet. And we've talked about this. Jerry Cthulhu! All right, long time no see. Jerry Cthulhu. Hey, Jerry Cthulhu. Hey, listen, Jerry. Let me say, honestly, I have missed you. I have missed you. When I heard about your heart problems, it really touched me and made me think, oh, I got more bad jokes than Jerry Cthulhu's that stinks carotid artery. God bless you, Jerry Cthulhu. God bless you. Come on. How you doing? God bless you. Good to see you. David Buckley asked about King Cobra, who's another individual. There are people online, and listen, we've talked, I've broached this subject before. Chris Chan is like the Led Zeppelin of this community. There are people who are famous for being quote unquote lollipops. That they're just hilarious people that think they're awesome, think that they're cool, but they're just beyond. They upload all the time. And there's literally communities of people who are dedicated to tuning in to these people. Like it's a guy who works at like Kmart, right? Has an abusive junkie girlfriend, is high all the time, has got terrible taste in music and no discernible talent whatsoever, but thinks they're a master magician, right? That's King Cobra. I'm not trying to, I probably, actually I should take that back. I don't want to say that that's all he is. But that's a brief biographical sketch of a type of person who is a little bit like King Cobra. But he's not, knocking anyone out, particularly going particularly to them. He thinks he's not going to help them out with his brilliance. It's just there's something about them that's compelling, funny, humorous, or to watch. And people troll these people, and there are people that dedicate their lives. They'll sit there, they'll watch these 4-hour streams of these people who are not producing really remarkable content, but they're there. So there's a community of people who will watch and do clip shows of these people, and then there's people that will do essentially what comes down to basically little miniature biographical movies on YouTube about these people. Go to a YouTube channel that's very good about this sort of stuff called Down the Rabbit Hole. What? Down the Rabbit Hole. They have one about a guy called Wings of Redemption, who's a guy who was famous for playing Call of Duty poorly while people troll him. That's essentially another example of this is the recent things with Onision, where a person, a YouTube content creator, goes way past the point where you can say that what's happening with them or the amount of internet interest about them is about them or their content. And it's rather about the community of people who observe them down the rabbit hole, who observe them, hang out and watch them. But like I said, I thought it might be attenuated for the community, and I wanted to kind of hang out with you for some time, and I didn't know what kind of breath you'd get out of this. The next thing that I would think about talking about was, but I think this calls for some a little bit more deeper research, is there's a new person who just did an interview. They did an interview about 2 or 3 weeks ago on Project Camelot, and today there's a new video uploaded of them on Alpha Lambda Mount Weber's channel. And this individual is claiming, this white male individual, I'm just trying to distinguish him from people in the conspiracy theory community who know about the other story, claims to have written the screenplay that The Matrix is based on. What's fascinating so much about that to me is that a conspiracy theory land, and I know she's spoken to Alpha Weber, I know she's spoken to Randy Margaret, she's been all over the place. She may or may not have done Project Camelot herself. There's a woman that for years has claimed that she not only wrote the Matrix trilogy, but that she also wrote the Terminator movies. And her name is, I believe her name is Sonia Barnett. She's kind of famous because of the conspiracy theory community. She actually has something that she hangs her hat on, which is a default judgment that she has. I guess it was like the Harvey Weinstein Productions, or no, Joel Silver Productions, or the Wachowski sisters about, her she had filed a claim in federal court saying that they owed her money or whatever. Jerry Cthulhu at CW Chanter, that lady is a nut job. I remember looking in her story back in the day. I may have actually have covered it. And Jed Petty says asserts that the Terminator is the sequel to the Matrix. So that means that people know who I'm talking about. Sonia Barnett, when I looked at her story originally, I may have talked about it on this channel. I kind of, for myself, had done a little bit of research to debunk her claims and to just say that there's the only way to believe in stories about her is to really crucially misunderstand the notions of copyright and also parallel thinking. Just because you have an idea for a movie about people trapped in a virtual environment doesn't mean that you necessarily have a solid claim against the writers and producers of The Matrix, because there are certain stories. You can copyright Superman. You can copyright Superman's actual outfit. You can copyright truly created aspects of the story, like the concept of kryptonite, or the planet Krypton, or getting his powers from Earth's yellow sun, or Pizarro Superman, or particular ones of his enemies like Lex Luthor. But you can't copyright the concept of a bald fist. You can't copyright the concept of a superhero who looks like a human, but he's an alien. He comes from another planet, and he's got powers. You can't copyright X-ray vision. You can copyright the Daredevil's outfit, but you can't copyright the concept of a blind superhero with amazing gymnastic ability. You did not. You're lying.
Just talking about
I'm going to sue
you.
you. I'm going to sue you. I just sued you, and I just sued you in Kevin Annette's International Tribunal that's Transit Church and State. It's a thing. I hereby, hold on. I, as a sovereign citizen
Now wait.
and child of God, child of Goddess, in my sovereignty and liberty, hereby serve you under color of common law with proper written notice that the entity known as CW Chanter, not me, I'm his legal representative in this proxy position of talking to you and delivering these words on behalf of the legal entity who is known as CW Chanter, sovereign citizen, individual, under the color of law and common law as bequeathed and understood in the original Constitution of the United States, not the replacement document issued by the corporation formerly known as the nation, understood and owned as the United States of America, owned by the Queen of England, who I also hereby place under notice and that if you do not cease to assert your aspirations to gain 25 cents from me, I will, under the power of the Queen, that I invoke as her owner and operator, because of the years of labor that I have done for her with my social security number being traded on the stock exchange and NASDAQ.
It's YouTube music.
Process.
I'm going to sue you for $1 billion.
Liquid ether. So what you would search for would be liquid ether.
No.
Sure.
Wait, someone call Kevin and Matt.
I wouldn't think that it'd be all maybe it could be, but like.
Someone call Kevin and Matt. I also hereby issue my own imaginary cryptocurrency that is minted by kissing my ass. If you kiss my ass in the live chat, you'll be issued a Chanter coin. which is a currency. Okay, it's traded on the virtual blockchain in my mind. Okay, and it's based on my crystalline DNA, so it's not hackable and therefore secure. Although, unlike certain other pseudo financial instruments, whatever. So anyway, so check this out. This new dude is coming out and claiming that he wrote the Matrix. When we get to the thing, he just did a thing on Alpha Lamb Weber. And what's even better is that he was on with Carrie Cassie. I'm going to have to do that video first. His name is Thomas Althouse. And the title of the Alpha Lamb Weber video is Thomas Althouse exposes a matrix within the matrix he created as the Immortals. And there's another guy on with him that apparently is his like legal representative. So we gotta get to the bottom of this. But here's what's great about it. He was on with Carrie Cassidy talking about this. And I can tell you exactly what the problem with his story is. Essentially, in Hollywood, this is something that even CW Chanton knows because I took like one music, entertainment law, intellectual property class in law school.
Was it required?
No, it was like an elective. It was like the Spanish of law school, intellectual property, like friggin' law. The professor was famous because he was like an early adopter of PowerPoint. So he was like a PowerPoint guru. So it wasn't just like click things. It was like fade-ins. It was like Excel spreadsheets dissolving in and dissolving out. Little cartoons of like, you know, kids from the New York Times, you know, with a fair use disclosure in the corner. It was great. It was entertaining. It was like, well, it was like, quite frankly, it was like watching a YouTube video. But the great thing about it is it was all fucking PowerPoint. That was like the one thing he didn't like. He wouldn't even notice. He's like, this is all PowerPoint. It wasn't like, you know, pre-rendered videos. He's like, this is not a DVD. He goes, I'm not doing pause. All PowerPoint, you know, straight up. He's probably got a blog. You know, he's got a blog. And it's probably like, because I think they discontinued PowerPoint at some point. Because they're like, whatever. Like, you just technology now. Maybe they still got PowerPoint. This guy was like a spank user. Yeah, anyway, he was like fucking next level. He was OP on PowerPoint. Anyway, I took this class, so I can tell you that I saw this guy, Thomas Althouse's interview on Project Camelot with Carrie Cassidy. And I said, well, there's two things. Number one is his story is completely falsifiable because clearly, he doesn't know the golden rule of Hollywood script submission. Hollywood production houses, movies and directors, artists and actors do not want to be accused of stealing people's intellectual properties or stories. And because it used to be so common to do so, and because it turned into a quagmire in the early days of Hollywood, there are ironclad rules. You send a script, you write something down and say, call the script and send it to fucking Universal Pictures. It'll come back. It'll come back to you and it'll be like written in like legalese on the envelope, unrequested submission. You know what I mean? They will send it back to you, certified return mail, receipt return requested, because they don't want to be accused of getting anything. So this guy obviously didn't know that rule, and he's telling a story to Carrie Cassidy. He's like, and I sent it to this lady, whose name I got out of the back of the Bear, and she never said anything about it. And then I sent it to this person. And then I went and saw The Matrix, and I was like, I wrote a movie about a bunch of people that were trapped in a world where they were being sucked out of their energy because they were in an artificial place, and they had to overcome it. It was a hero's journey. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm sympathetic to the man's plight and his belief that he got ripped off. But the fact of the matter is that this is why you need a fucking agent. It sucks. Everyone's got to get their cut. Because you send your script to the agent goes to the person that does the proper Hollywood Absalom to say, I am submitting to you the script for your review. They do whatever they want. They option it, they turn it, they reject it. It gets turned to turn around, whatever the case may be. But this guy is just sending fucking mail to fucking Hollywood. It's a classic tale. It's a classic story. And now he's going to come out, he's going to talk to Carrie Cassidy, he's going to talk to Alfred Denmark and say they stole his movie. But guess what? Later. 21 years later, 20 years nostalgia, it comes back around with the Matrix story amongst us about the Matrix and the Matrix. But I know for a fact, Abdullah Weber, who makes a big deal about being a lawyer himself, has already talked to Sony Barnett. So were there two alternative realities where these people written individual scripts? No, and guess what? Happy birthday. Assuming that these guys actually wrote scripts and the story's not complete hokum and bullshit. How did hokum? No.
Fine.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Anyway. So I'm going to do a deep dive maybe on this guy. But what's really interesting about the interview with this guy did with Project Camelot is that while telling his tale of being fucked over for the script is an undercurrent of a targeted individual story where he claims that he was ixnayed out of the moral majority Christian right community by none other than Jerry Falwell himself. His claim is that he was working with a female engineer or whatever, and Jerry Falwell tried to get in between them. Jerry Falwell had taken this individual, marked it out as being the future face of the quote-unquote moral majority in America back in the 80s, and then he got kiboshed and screwed. He also tells a story about how Jerry Falwell and a group of individuals associated with Jerry Falwell used this man as an unwitting male prostitute, right? So there's a story there that's probably worth exploring. Carrie Cassidy claims that she, during the interview, says that basically she knows the name Jerry Falwell, but doesn't know much about him. But remember, she's an arts reporter that's going to be an investigator that's going to get to the bottom of this whole thing. And I just want to say another little small proof that CW Chandler has that Carrie Cassidy is not a good researcher when talking to a guy with a book. And remember, she also claims to be Hollywood elite, right? She worked in Hollywood, so she knows how it works. During the interview with this guy, she says, well, I know Hollywood and how it works. If you knew Hollywood and how it works, honey, the minute this guy called you up and says, I want to interview on Project Camelot because I got this amazing story about how they screwed me out of the Matrix movie, she listens to a story and say, oh, well, I've heard that story 1,000 times. It sounds like you got, may have misunderstood how the system works, and I'm sorry you screwed I didn't get option, but I don't know what to do for you. But in the meantime, when he's talking about Jerry Falwell using him as an unwitting sex male prostitute, and he names names, at that point, if I was Carrie Cassidy, I would say, let's talk about that. When she talks about the one thing, forgets about the other, I don't know if that's a big deal. I don't know if this translates to people, if people get it. But I got it. I thought it was interesting. So I'll have to do a deep dive. I brought to do a deep dive on Sony Barnett, but you don't need deep dives. I say that I'm going to do it, and I just don't fucking do it. Or
you have 2 pages of notes on it.
And I talk for 5 hours. Maybe I'll watch the Alpha Man and Mount Weber interview. I already did the Carrie Cassidy one. It's probably repetitive. So we'll just do that. Give me an opportunity to run the Alpha Man and Mount Weber. So wait, but then there you go. Oh, Randy Markins also interviewed something about that. Oh my God. But it's Twisted Web we read. So I thought about maybe covering that too, but then I thought to myself, well, I'm not really ready to go with that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really prepared to roll with that story just yet, though I'm prepared to kind of introduce it into the public flow and maybe point people at the video themselves if they so desire to want to check it out there. So then also the 20 nostalgia thing. Then, and that was I want to have a third one because they always say like rule of comedy, the rule of 3. Like I should have a third one, so I'll just make one up. So also on the 20 nostalgia front, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the remake with Donald Sutherland, was made in 1979. Do you know when the original movie was made? The original Invasion of the Body Snatchers? 1959. 20 nostalgia, which is some of the shit isn't real. Then there was a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers called, I believe it was called The Invaders, with it was the first movie that the Australian lady who was married to Tom Cruise Nicole Kidman made after her split from Tom Cruise, and it's an Invasion of the Body Snatchers style movie. It's basically a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and in it she makes some creepy kind of like obtuse references that everyone knew and understood as being the writer, directors, and hers kind of statement about Scientology. I also pontificated when me and Kelly watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers in '79 with excellent performances, not only by Donald Sutherland, but also by Jeff Goldblum at his most frantic and frenetic, as well as Leonard Nimoy at his most creepy. Great stuff. Oh, Jerry Cthulhu says it's called The Invasion. Thank you. Body Snatchers by any other name. Invasion, I believe, was made somewhere around 2007. 25, 27 years, whatever. It could go there. So anyway, so rule 3, so I got my 3s in. So then I'll basically say at 33 minutes and 45 seconds, which would have been the intro length of this video if I was covering any of those things in detail. Stephen Ronan, she was shocked at Brooks Agnew when he said he didn't believe in SSP. That's a statement from Stephen Ronan talking about a recent project coming out interview with Deep Brooks Agnew. When I went to Contact in the Desert last year, I was like, I definitely wanted to see Brooks Agnew speak. Unfortunately, we couldn't get into Brooks Agnew's speech because it was oversubscribed. There were too many people in the theater. They had him in the small rooms in the back. Brooks Agnew was great because he claims to have gone into the inner earth, right? Long before Corey Gibb was claiming the Ant Shark. Brooks Agnew basically inherited the helm of the Shaver guy from the Shaver Mysteries with the Daru and all that stuff. So Brooks Agnew, back in the day when he first came out, he had longest hair, his balding on top, but he used to wear this like gold. He basically would come out dressed like the Elven Lord from
Oy vey, y'all.
production of a
Oy
musical
vey,
based
stop,
on the
wait, and
works of
stop.
J.R.L. Tolkien.
Stop, wait, and
You know what I
stop.
mean?
Stop, wait, and stop. Ooh. All right, so what's going to happen next is I'm going to cover up the computer again, and Sam and I are going to have you guys, we're going to document this conversation. I needed to tell the story anyhow. We went in there, I started telling the story, and the subject matter for anybody that's here or anybody that will be here in the future, we are an hour 39 47 at the timestamp, and it's going to be the I'm typing it in what I'm going to call it. Okay, so anyhow, just listen, and we'll try to catch you up. And keep in mind, I never, ever wanted to read Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. I was having kids. Okay. So, what I want to do, Sam, is go back.
Just a quick recap.
And do a really
Well,
quick.
we were talking about your story and how like you were at this apartment and it seemed to extend out and
So what we're talking about, let's get specific here, is a building that is at the seat of controversy in our community of choice, which is 25 South Florissant. And like I've said historically, that is the home of the old Ferguson department store, and it's beloved by the town, and it's run by a man by the name of Mike Hurst, and he allegedly owns Ram Roofing, and the roof has been caving in there for the last 10 years, and it has not been able to get a legal occupancy since the late 90s. So when we moved there, when I first came to Ferguson in 2007, That building was completely empty, and just the Northern Arts Light, the Northern Arts Council, which is part of UMSL.
All right.
They had their gift shop there, and they had the cool crystals. That's where I got my Herkimer diamond and a couple of my necklaces, and they were grandfathered in. Now, Mike Hurst and Mr. Lanero both assured me that they were bringing the building up to code, and we're talking about when we first move in, and it is completely vacant, and we are checking out the surroundings. Because with me being my background and being a cop's kid, if I'm going to live there with my kids, I've got to know what's in other parts of this building. I can't deal with not knowing what is around me,
Right.
you know? So what we're talking about is the setup of the building, and so to review it really quick, I'm telling you about a video that blew my mind, that they showed a series of different shots, and they settle into this lookout room looking down onto the rest of the place, and there are all sorts of sound things on the wall too, you know, like to muffle the sound, like from jamming and music and all that.
Right.
And keep in mind, Ferguson had issued a broadcasting license. It's in their city codes, like when they said you could only have 10 hair shops. Before they made those changes in 2008, they had brought in an ordinance that you can legally live stream or have a radio show or a TV network from Ferguson. Yeah, it's a trip. So anyhow, we were also talking about portals and different realities, but in this video that I saw, you know how the walls there are cinder block anyhow. Right. You could have a whole event go off in there and nobody'd ever know. So they had that lookout tower, and where the old driver's license bureau is, that's the area that it got flooded, which is why they moved out years ago, and then Claire McCaskill took it as her hub for the Democratic Party. Okay, well, in that spot is where all those sound muffs were hanging.
Okay.
Not the far wall, because it's cinder block. We're talking about the wall that would back up to the coffee house wall. The coffee house was barely there for a quick minute and left a lot of money in equipment. I mean, the back room that they had in that place was like an auditorium and a bunch of chairs and a pulpit and all sorts of bullshit.
Oh, it's a lot of stuff that
It's like they were a thief in the night and had to go. Right. And so that's where the lookout thing was. Now, talking about this building, 25 South Florissant, did you know that in Ed Lambert's old master suite apartment, which became ours?
You know that Lambert's my family.
I do,
Yeah.
but I didn't. You wouldn't.
Right.
You didn't have to. Yes. Then that's why I said it like
Right.
that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
listen to this. Go with me now. His love shack or whatever it
Whatever
was.
it was.
Okay. Really should have ended at the back of the kitchen. Now we got to go back to a time that none of us remember. Believe it or not, there used to be an alley, and the trucks would pull into the back there. Okay. Now, by the time we got there, they had made that a part of the front of that building that you know as 25 South Florissant.
Okay.
And behind that would be the building that somehow was run by the church that has now been sold for $1.
Right.
Okay.
Taxes.
Yes. So When we got there, my bedroom would have been the overhead of the building they built that used to be the place they bring the trucks. Okay. And then directly back, when you walked into my bedroom, there was a door and it was locked. And it was locked from both sides. Okay. Now let's go downstairs real quick. The Northern Arts Council had the front, and the reason they left is because the ceilings were caving in and the water was ruining their work, and they said, fuck you guys, our lawyer will call you. Okay. So if you go all the way back, you got 10 minutes. Okay. So they had, imagine 3 or 4 different rooms where you could work out or do whatever,
Right.
yickety squack, and then you'd hit the back of that.
Right.
There were steps
To go up
that go up to that locked door
from the outside or from that one
from the
spot.
inside.
Of
From
that
the
one.
this building is a labyrinth. You can
Right.
get anywhere.
Right. It's set up to go all the way through.
Yeah.
There's no like solid walls, right?
They made them all drywall, so right, it wasn't solid.
Right.
But at the back, when you're at the back, it's cinder block,
Right.
and then that door would take you to wherever. And I never got to go through that door. The only option you could have is walk up those steps and go to the door that wasn't. It didn't go anywhere. It was the outside of the door, which was my bedroom door that was locked from
Right.
both sides.
Right.
Okay. So anyhow, now we're back on the second floor. We're in the commercial side where the doctor was, and we talked about. It seemed like it went on forever, and I kept
Right.
saying to Joe, "What does this fucker do? Go over the steps?"
Right. And that's
Okay.
when I was talking about Harry Potter.
And that's when you talked about Harry Potter
Yeah,
and the
and
portal.
I was explaining how like when they were escaping, like he was leaving his evil family that was like denying him of who he was and everything. So he ran away, and of course the evil waits for you at the moment you're weakest. You know what I mean? So that's when he had to run away from the evil too, and he gets on this bus, and
You gotta
the
be
bus
shitting.
takes him, to this hideout house, and it basically just goes to this neighborhood of brick houses, like in Britain or wherever, London, wherever they're at.
So the portal's out.
All the houses are brick, and they're like townhouses. They all connect. There's no like side yard or nothing. They're all butt up right
That
next.
sounds
and-
like London, right?
Right. So like in this situation, the house basically they just spread apart more, and another house just like popped in the middle, like whoop, here's another house,
Right.
and that's where they hid, and nobody like realized that like it was a whole other, like it just popped up out of nowhere.
That makes perfect sense
Right.
with on the internet when they talk about these different dimensions and
Well,
these portals.
But okay, so further on, like I'm not sure what movie it is that either of these happen in, because like there's so many of them, and I can't remember. But another movie, there's the principal like that everybody loves and wants him to be the principal is like fired or whatever. He's not allowed, and they have a whole other lady that comes in, and she's super strict, and it's not about like having experiences and fun and learning and all this stuff. It's by the book, and the kids need to go somewhere to learn how to do all to teach each other and learn how to defend themselves against the evil forces that wanting to get to them, but the school doesn't want to teach that. So they have like this whole special room that's in the castle. That's like you can't see the door unless like the door presents it to you or something like that. But they could go into the door and go into this whole big huge room and have like their own private little classroom meeting, whatever it was. And the people that they were hiding from couldn't see the door unless like they were watching somebody who, had purpose to use the door to go into it. So, like, they could watch people walk in, but when they got there, the door was gone. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
the guy
Sure,
running
sure.
in the distance and that never moves. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time you get there, it's not there.
So something you gotta know is we've talked about the Terminator movie and the machines that take over and blah blah blah, right? Now what they're adding to the rhetoric, and I believe this because I know I'm in the role. That the after the Terminator, the next thing that we deal with is the Running Man. Did you ever see that with Richard Dawson?
I don't know if I did see that.
They
If I
would
did,
take
I
the
probably only seen it once.
the government, and the robots were in complete control. And Richard Dawson is the game show host. And then they take the people that are on death row or in jail or even in trouble
It
just
puts
for.
him
in
in a
that-
reality situation.
Yeah, they put him in this little oval kind of race car and they get shushed down this whole thing and then they get out and things try to kill them and they usually don't live. And then even if they live, they ghost them. And then they use their like their automaton or their avatar.
Or whatever.
Right. Well, in the end, us poor waifs, turn the cameras on them and then it goes broadcast live globally and proves that the real guy, this is what happened to him and this guy isn't this guy. And then they put Richard Dawson in the tube and
He is beating the system.
no, Richard Dawson dies because he works the establishment. The good
Okay,
people
so I
live.
haven't seen it.
The Running Man.
I need to look into that.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I had to have seen
Arnold
it.
Schwarzenegger gets to
I
live.
had to have seen it once.
Yeah. Okay. So
I just can't. I can't.
I know you gotta go, but let me go back to something quick, and then
Yeah.
I can fill the rest of this in. But I really appreciate you telling that story.
Well, you
coming back
basically
out.
told the story, but yeah,
No, you
Okay.
told a lot of this story,
I did. Okay, cool.
and then you doxed your own fucking family.
Well, it's crazy that like
It's not your family though.
What?
I mean,
It's like my grandma's side of the family, grandma's dad's side.
and you have 4 different sides to your
Exactly.
family,
Exactly.
right? It's only 1/4 of
Yeah,
your story.
Exactly.
All right. So anyhow, that room, the entire thing was padded, and I remember because I pulled some of the pads down. In out, pointy, flat, and they buffer noise
Okay.
because that was all drywall up there.
Well, I mean, just because. Okay. Well, then if it's
Every wall.
just because it was all like that doesn't mean that like it was.
I'm just telling you,
yeah.
they showed it in the damn video too
That's
that you won't get
crazy.
to see today.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing
That's wild.
the room, the shit, the
All
stuff
of it.
I cleaned up later, and they had a recording booth in there that was completely insulated in another material with a different kind of wall and a door and a wall.
Right. I got you.
It was
So
that.
lined
It
up
was that
perfectly,
motherfucking
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I got videos that show it.
That's crazy.
Well, it just shows you
Well,
that there really is no such thing as just timeline horizontal. There's also vertical, and those are the
Sure.
portals, the planes, the dimensions.
Yeah.
And there is magic involved in what's going
Sure.
on.
Yeah.
Right. And anything that's alive is magical. So I don't see why everybody's going fucking bonkers. But yeah.
I hear you.
All right. You out?
I got a few minutes.
All right. Well, let me get this live stream off and I can come back later and fill in the other part. Okay. So I'll definitely be back to tell the rest of this story. And it's a long one, but here again, much love to Sam for filling in a very important part. And I'll come back with a story about for real fucking portals. And I never put it all together till today. It's always, it's not until you spend time with someone you love and discuss something that you get more answers. So for anybody that asks me how I do what I do, I actually do have friends I care about very much, and we talk. So, peace.